Hi guys, how are you all doing today? Um, Today I brought a really, really brilliant book. This is Oprah's book club latest selection, Nightcrawling by Leila Mottley. Now, the most interesting thing about this book, apart from the fact that Oprah knows how to pick 'em, is that this book was written by a teenager. Leila Mottley wrote this book before she turned I think she started writing it when she was 17 and finished writing it by the time she was becoming an adult. And this book, this is everything, guys. If you never read anything this summer, please make sure that you pick up a copy of Leila Motley's Nightcrawling. I'm not going to tell you much about the book because I really want you to enjoy this book for yourself, and I really want you to come back and let's have a really wonderful discussion around this book. This novel is centered around the protagonist, a 17-year-old girl called Kiara Johnson. She is inspired, according to what Leila Motley says in her afterward, that this character was inspired by stories of young girls who were alleged to be going through lots of abuse in the hands of the police force across America. And she had this story about a young girl in her city of Oakland. She's a lifelong resident of Oakland in Florida, in California, sorry. And she says that hearing that story stirred up something inside her, and she just felt that young people didn't have any representation in literature, and she wanted to change that. And this is a phenomenal way of doing that. Leila Mottley is the youth poet laureate for Oakland, or was, I'm not sure. So it shows in her writing that this is a poet writing prose, because her prose is lyrical. It's beautiful, it's just soothing. And I like how she puts in a mix of ebonics, a mix of just everyday conversational language, the sort of language that young teenage black girls or everyday people would just understand, and she fuses it into this powerfully brilliant use of language. She is phenomenal, and so is this book. And you better go read it, guys. Better go read it. So basically, Kiara, who is just a teenager, is left alone with her elder brother, who was also a teenager himself, and I think he's 18 or 19, and their father died after a stint at prison, the usual cliche about black men. And their mother, who sort of tried to commit suicide, ended up killing her baby daughter, is in a halfway house from having been in prison for that situation. So this is a messed up family dynamic, and Kiara is in the middle of it. She hasn't finished high school, so she hasn't got any diploma or anything that she could use to get a job. So she's really struggling, with her brother. Her brother has been sucked up into the world of rap and drugs. He's trying to make it big, like one of their uncles, like their only uncle really, who should have been taking care of them, but who's now famous in California, and who's just abandoned them. So she's struggling, and on top of all this, she's struggling to pay rent, she's struggling to take care of herself. And then there's this little boy, Trevor, who's the son of another woman who lives in this tenement, this apartment building that is run down. It used to be good, but now it's no longer great. It's called Regal High, which I think is ironic. And they've got this pool, which is really dirty, it smells really. And I like how Leila Mottley spends time talking about describing that pool and what's going on in there. And on Trevor is this little boy whose mother is a drugged out, jobless person who's not always home, and so this boy is just wandering around alone, and Kiara takes him in under her wings, and she's taking care of him, so she loves him. And I was really interested in finding out what Leila Mottley did for work when I read this relationship between Kiara and Trevor, and I was really surprised to find out that she worked as a kindergarten, I think. So she's really great with children, and it shows in her writing, I can tell. So Kiara's trying to make ends meet for everybody, including Trevor. And so one night she gets sucked into prostitution without even thinking about it. The first time it happens is because she wasn't even thinking about it. Someone had thought that she was selling her body, and had done it, found out it was her first time, and given her some money. And so she realizes, oh well, it's just body. I can make money from this. So I'm going to read this, her first sexual encounter, and then I'm going to just tell you a little bit more about the book and then leave you to it. So while this is happening, she says, I look out the corner of my eye. I can stare down at Auckland spread out in front of me, see a single siren light out there, too far to hear, but the neon flashing cannot be missed. Before I even realize it's happening, it pushes into me. The only thing I feel is this cherry liquid, still filling me up, still drowning me in it. I'm not even participating, just letting the sky soothe me as it happens. And I don't know how this can be the first time I've felt a man's penis inside me, and yet it's so dull, I'm not even sure I'm here. Leila Mottley's language is phenomenally grandiose for someone so young, and for her to have, racked up this life experience at this young age, to understand life so much, to share it in such a powerfully moving way. That's something that, I don't know. She's fantastic, guys. Everybody should read this. So Kiara continues after this first encounter, finds out she can make a little buck to pay the rent and, pay bills. And so before you know it, she's sucked into something else where these cops take over her life, and under the guise of offering her protection and whatnot, they're taking her to these parties where she's sleeping with policemen. She's not even 18 yet, so this is statutory rape at this point, and she doesn't know what's going on. In the end, a lot of things happen. So many other things happen, but this is just a story of a young woman just trying to survive in a world where there isn't anything else for her to do. And of course, like her lawyer towards the end of the novel notes, she could have made another choice, but she was just sucked into this one. She didn't realize if there's anything else that she could have done, and then she just started down this path and just trying to survive. And it's not just for herself, which is the moving thing. It's for Trevor as well. It's for her brother. It's for her family. And this is what happens. This is how someone so powerless is sucked into a world where she has nothing else to do. And people who are powerful, people who are supposed to protect her, take advantage of that, exploit her, and sort of chew her and spit her out. The story will move you, honestly, and I just want to hear your thoughts when you finally read it. Please find it, read it, and share your thoughts with me. Thank you for watching. Please share, comment, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.